Some words have no place in the 21st century, like slave owner or House of Lords. Not if you live in Britain, though. There you will find both these things. A House of Parliament filled with lords and inside descendants of slave owners. Have you wondered what these lords do? Well, the UK government has an interesting answer. This is what their website says, and I'm quoting. The House of Lords plays a crucial role in examining bills, questioning government action, and investigating public policy. They left out one thing: guzzling insane amounts of champagne. That's right, the House of Lords bought 1,589 bottles in 2023. 1,589 bottles in a year. Guess how much it cost? Around £90,000, which is around 113,000 US dollars. Now that's a lot of champagne, especially when sold at a so-called House of Parliament. Some political parties are livid, like the SNP or the Scottish National Party. Listen to their reaction. I'm quoting again. A parliament where unelected lords glug fizz and collect £342 a day just for showing up is not a parliament fit to properly represent the people. I must say we agree. Let's look at some basic facts about the House of Lords. It is the upper chamber of the British Parliament. Its history dates back to the 11th century. Different time, different system. Kings would often consult religious leaders and ministers on big decisions. That's how this house emerged. In later centuries, things got more refined. But the concept? It hasn't changed at all. The House of Lords has three types of members. The first is religious. We're talking about archbishops and bishops. Not strange at all for a secular country. Then we have 92 hereditary peers, like dukes and barons. These 92 peers can pass on their seat to an heir, almost like a club membership, except here it's in Parliament. The third type is life peers. They're also lords and ladies, just one difference though, they cannot pass on their seats after death. Put together, this house has 800 members. Let that sink in. 800 members in an unelected parliament. Even the House of Commons is smaller. They have just 650 members. So the question is, why does Britain stick with it? I guess tradition. That's the only answer that makes sense. Because as a parliament, the House of Lords is pointless. It does not represent Britain. The 10 richest peers are worth £9 billion. And let's not get started with minority and religious representation. It's basically non-existent. So these lords cannot understand the issues of today. The champagne is a perfect example. 2023 was a very tough year for Britons. The average inflation was around 7.2%. People struggled to meet basic expenses. Even doctors had to strike for more pay. And what were the lords doing? Drowning themselves in champagne. Is this what questioning government action looks like? I don't think so. Now, I know a lot of people will defend the Lords. They will say it's just nominal, that the House of Lords doesn't have any real power, which is true. The Lords cannot reject government bills. Even if they do, the Commons always prevails. So I guess the question again is, what is the point? It doesn't represent people. It is really expensive to maintain and run, and it doesn't have any real power. So what is the point? It's like that really old car you have. It always needs some kind of repair. At the same time, you won't sell it because it has sentimental value. Too many good memories. Except here, there are no good memories. It's just old white men passing on their so-called birthright to younger white men. It is not democracy in action. It's unchecked privilege in motion.